Cancer compatible with Virgo. See, this is a sextile. That means sex, the joining of two energies that basically come together to create a tile, to create a floor, to create a combination together, to create a world together. So these two signs will work out very extremely well, which means they have to work on opportunities. Means they have to act on opportunities in order for their relationship to basically coexist, go together, flow together, and of course move well together. These are two zodiac signs that are feminist. So of course they're more open to the receptive side of energy. So they're not going to be too masculine or too pushy over or anything of that nature. That's why the Cancer is going to love and appreciate the Virgo for who they truly are. And of course, see, this is a circumstance situation where Cancer is water. So of course you need water to basically not be too dry. And of course, Virgos can be very dry, or earth signs can be very dry to the point that they can overwork themselves. And of course, they don't got no emotions. They don't got no motherfucking fire, no passion, no motivations to make them egotistical and of course out there and active and push you over. Don't get it fucked up though. Earth signs bust their ass. But also, they can be busting their ass to earthly matters. And of course, it's ways and areas where you can pretty much bust your ass in other perspectives instead of just busting your ass too much outside in the world. Of course, too much air. If they don't use so much air at times, they can be too serious, and of course, they can be all working on play. So this is a circumstance situation where the earth is dry as fuck, and Cancer is here to bring the water to basically make sure that Virgo feel nurtured, cared for, and of course, pleasure and pleased for. And of course, Virgo is going to do the same thing because it's the other side of Pisces, where Pisces is exalted in Cancer. So this is a circumstance situation where the two can come together, create a bond, create an efficient enough bond where they can basically bond together, work together, and of course, create this mechanism where their relationships can basically go really pretty much far. Now, when it comes to love matters and intimacy, see, the Cancer is going to basically utilize more feelings, more emotions to cater to the Virgo. The Virgo is going to be a little bit rationalized at things. And of course, Virgo is going to be kind of like shy to open up when it comes to love matters and intimacy. Because of course, it takes them time. And of course, they can be very shy at times. And of course, they may overthink about things to see if things is going to be perfectly well where they love. But see, this is the thing that the Cancer is going to understand and understand. Of course, when they start to sex more and have sex and things of that matter, they will start to open up and receive the information that's needed to basically be prior to why they act in certain areas and certain endeavors. So this is a circumstance situation where these two can work together. And of course, when they have sex, when I say sex, the joining of two energies and two frequencies and vibrations and energies coming together to basically create energy. This is where they can understand and understand each other from their point of perspective. Because of course, Cancer is going to fill out the situation. Virgo is going to analyze and look at the details of the situation. Then, of course, try to be practical towards that maneuver. And this is what basically brings the differences between the two. Now, also with the trust issues. See, trust issues is not going to be a circumstance situation where they're going to have trust issues with each other. Because, of course, the Virgo is going to be very direct. And, of course, the Cancer is going to be very direct on how they want to be loved, nurtured, and cared for. And, of course, Taurus is exalted into Cancer. So, of course, this is stability, practicality, and, of course, being reliable. See, but Cancer and the Virgo is going to be upfront and personal and real with each other. So it's not going to be a circumstance situation where they're going to have trust issues, unless you got some other crazy ass alignments that you may have to work on, which brings the freaks out at night. But other than that, this is a circumstance situation where these two can basically work together, bond together, and of course help each other. And of course they can trust each other because they know that each other's got each other. And of course it's not going to be a circumstance situation where they're going to basically be out here lollygagging and going from love matters to love matters. See, with the earth sign, you're going to be very serious and touchy. Feelings they want to feel. So of course this can bring that intimacy together where they can basically bond together. Now also when it comes to the way they think and communicate and analyze, see, Cancers don't really think or communicate like that. Even though the moon governs the mind, they just going to fill out the situation. Of course, it's going to take them time to basically open up. But when it comes to thinking and communication, the interaction is no problems here. They can understand and understand each other. Only thing is the Virgo may not understand the emotional perspective because they're not an emotional sign. Even though they are, they just don't cater to these energies and they don't express these things. So, of course, the Virgo can basically help the Cancer by basically taking on the feelings and emotions of the Cancer and basically putting it into practical matters and, of course, making it make sense. And, of course, the Cancer can basically help the Virgo by basically getting more, opening up more to the emotional side and the sensitive side. And, of course, expressing these out and, of course, making that water come out, popping that pussy, popping that cherry, making it come out. Also, this is a circumstance situation where when it comes to the things they value, see, Cancer value home, value comfortability, safety and security. Also, Virgo values safety and security also because, the earth is basically, that's what they are prone towards. So it's not going to be a circumstance situation where it won't be lopsided. They value the same thing and shit. And it's not going to be a circumstance situation where they're going to be valuing the wrong thing. These two are going to basically be safe, secured. Of course, they're going to basically be into their endeavors where they won't have to have to worry about what tomorrow brings. They're going to basically be focused on what they need to do now versus never. Now, also, when it comes to these two zodiac signs, like in general, these two can basically work together. For me, as long as they keep working on their opportunities, loving each other, nurturing each other, and caring for each other, it'll be good. See, now when it comes to the feelings and emotions of the two of the zodiac signs, remember, Virgo is not going to show this, so the Cancer is going to be misunderstood. And of course, Cancer is not going to understand this perspective of why this person not being emotional with me, why this person not opened up. That's the only side that the Cancer not going to understand from the Virgo. But of course, the Cancer can work on this, which is the sextile, to bring the opportunities out of the Virgo. Of course, the Virgo can work on the opportunities of basically being more open to love matters. And of course, the Cancer can work on opportunities of being down to earth and practical, switching it up. Of course, that's what y'all came to do, because mutable Pisces is exalted in Cancer. And of course, you have mutable Jupiter. So of course, they're going to feel and see about the circumstance situations that they basically be endeavored with. Also, Cancer is the other side of Capricorn, so that's traditional. Of course, this is a circumstance situation where Capricorn do love Virgo, so this is going to be seeing the other side of that perspective. Of course, Virgo, on the other hand, is pretty much the other side of Pisces, which is exalted into Cancer. So this is a circumstance situation where the love, to the other side of love, is not going to be a problem. And of course, a Virgo is going to basically love and basically cater to the Cancer, and of course appreciate the Cancer and open up to the Cancer. And of course, they're going to be in a circumstance situation where they can show all their appreciation, and of course be very open and open up to the Cancer. So this is a circumstance situation where these two can work together. And of course, the only way that this relationship will not work together if y'all not on some spiritual shit, and if y'all not catered towards working together by building each other up on some spiritual shit. You feel me? The spiritual side comes first, the spiritual work comes first, then the relationship and the love, and the lust comes second. Insane overstand that shit. People start the relationship by basically getting to lust, love, and then of course, then they want to get to spiritual natures later on down the line, which is fucked up. Don't ever do that, because of course we all learn from our mistakes. This is a circumstance situation where society got you looking outside yourself, go out there and go get a job, but deep down inside yourself, you ain't focus on your creativity. This is how they basically take away your passions. It's how they take away your feelings and emotions, and it's how they take away your ways of thinking and communicating. They just basically get you too logical and too down into earth and practical, looking on what you need to be. And of course, you need to learn how to loosen up. Also, Virgos need to learn how to loosen up. Cancers need to learn how to loosen up just a little bit, even though they're dealing with their feelings and emotions a lot. Also, Virgo is always going to analyze the Cancer's feelings and emotions about things, always looking at the details and put this in practicality. Of course, this is what's going to piss the Cancer off at times too, but this is a circumstance situation where these two can work together as long as a logical and emotional perspective don't basically crash or clash with each other. They'll be alright. But this is two zodiac signs that can work together if they on some motherfucking spiritual shit. Real shit.